Here we go. Cool. We got transcoding and everything. We're back. Welcome back, folks. Hopefully back with 100% fewer frame drop problems now. Yep, welcome to Mogush, Meg. We had a scuffed speedrun attempt, so we're gonna hang out in 3U tonight instead. Notice how your hunter doesn't bob up and down with the deck? I guess I do now. Well, let's play some 3 Ultimate. Do we have any masks for these guys? Any alternative masks? I don't know how these guys work, really. Change mask. We have the Acorn mask, which is an affinity boost, or has an affinity boost. We have the Lamp mask, the Ancient mask, and the Pincer mask. Interesting. So these ones have more slots. A mask made from an oil lamp. Give the signal and its illumination will light your way. A children's mask used in Cha-Cha's settlement made from a giant hollowed out acorn. Cha-Cha's rash nature causes him to attack at close range and primarily charge against large monsters. A mask containing the wisdom of the ancients. Not only will wearers become faster in water, they release oxygen. Let's change that one. Can we select his abilities for it? For the ancient mask? Yeah. Attack boost. Affinity boost. Cool. I'm sorry, Crystal. How about you? Oh, you got items for us. Thank you. Thank you, Kayamba. Let's see. Can I have him do defense boost? Yeah, defense boost, sure. Okay, let's see here. We just did the purple Ludroth Urgent. So we now have a bunch of... Is this high rank village? Yeah, we have a bunch of high rank village quests we can get into here. Let's start off by hunting a Royal Ludroth. This stream has basically been a podcast for you on your way home from work. How's it going? Fine. We were attempting a speedrun. The speedrun did not go to plan, so we're changing plans and we're just gonna play some 3 Ultimate tonight. Alright, see you, Crystal. Good night. The camera is so sensitive in this game. Alright, Royal Ludroth, huh? Ooh, high rank ores. Let's gather some. Camera is so sensitive, my goodness. You have to get used to that real quick. Sorry if the camera's kind of like quick and shaky here. That's just how the camera in this version of the game is. It's weird for me just playing up, like picking up and just kind of casually playing a Monster Hunter game. Tap the camera movement instead of holding it? Yeah, I guess. It's just kind of jerky. I don't know. Oh well. I'm sure you get used to it. You got sub 5? No. Nope. We started a run with some new routing. The new routing was going okay, and then Celtis refused to give us 3 wings across 3 clears of Celtis, so the run was officially dead. I don't have enough time to do another speedrun tonight, so we're just playing some 3 Ultimate. Guess who tried to join during the break time? You, Marths. Welcome. Welcome to 3 Ultimate. Monster Bone M, Pod. We're just gonna do some hunts in this game tonight. Guys, look, it's actually, it's the Royal Ludroth theme. It's playing right now for you. Look, it's the Royal Ludroth theme. I love the Royal Ludroth theme. What a banger. But yeah, with Marths, we tried some new speedrun routing tonight. This new routing was going okay. We'd cut some time on our gathering quests, and then Celtis refused to give us 3 Celtis wings across 3 clears of the Celtis quest. So we gave up on that. And I don't have enough time to do another run. Having the jump in attack for Sword and Shield feels weird. But yeah, we're just starting high rank village. I'll probably use a mixture of weapons. Yeah, it did kind of suck, Marth. I was like, you've got to be joking me. How can he actually take more than 2 runs through the quest to give us what we need? But he did. He did indeed. He was quite stubborn. I think an early goal of mine tonight will be to make a full high rank armor set from one of the monsters. I don't know if we'll make the Ludroth armor. Are the wings common? They are not like the most common carve, but you break his horn and it gives you a chance. You get chances from both the quest rewards and from body carves for wings. So not getting 3 wings from 3 clears of the quests is really, really like impressive. Make laggy armor? Not that. Oh, we have Polisher, I forgot. Nice. Oh well. I was feeling kind of stressed by the speedrun tonight anyway, so I'm glad that we didn't... I'm not glad that the run died, but I'm okay. I'm happy that I have more time to prepare the route. I was working on routing today, and I didn't really have enough time to go all the way through my run's notes and overhaul them, so I'm happy I'll get the chance to do that. Is Volvidon in low rank? Yes. I'm going to do high rank armor, though. One of the early high rank sets I want to make. I haven't decided what yet. It might be Arzuros. I do love me some Arzuros. Why not Roggy for that sick cowboy armor? I've never actually made Roggy armor. Whoop. Roggy is Razor Sharp, pretty good. That sounds pretty nice for this point in the game. We're having the little shakas with me. Ah. Roggy Bow is a 6-shooter? Yeah, actually, you know what? I might make the Roggy Bow. I don't know if it's as good in this game as it was in Portable Third. In Portable Third, the Roggy Bow is extremely good for early high rank. Extremely good. Yeah. Oh, here come the cats with the bombs. Lovely. Whoops. Right, it's high rank. I didn't get dropped into the camp. I forgot. Hey, let's Narvik. Welcome. Memories? It's nice memories. This game's cool. There we go. I think he has some claw breaks, right? The Superman dive feels less floaty than 4th gen. Whoops. Yeah, hope you had a nice day today, Marks. You too, Skiffy and Let's Narvik. Welcome, you guys. If I missed out on saying hello to anybody, thanks for being here. Why is Moga Woods called Deserted Isle? Because after this game, it is deserted. In this game, it is not deserted. At least that's why I think it is. I'm not totally sure. Hello, Ensign Boot. Oof. Oh, okay, Ludroth, fine. Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. How's the water combat feel in the 3DS? I haven't played it in a while. This is my first time touching this game in a long, long time. But it feels okay, Raging Dawn. The new 3DS has a C-stick on it, so it makes it a little easier for camera control. I imagine it'd be a little trippier with just a regular 3DS and no camera control. Thought you were going to do speedruns. We actually started a speedrun. We did the first hour of a speedrun, and then Celtis refused to give us the materials we needed over 3 clears of its quest. So we paused the speedrun. I didn't have enough time to do another run tonight, because the runs potentially take 5 hours, and we already gone an hour. We'll try another speedrun again soon. I want to try it, even though Rise is coming out, I'll try and do that speedrun again sometime soon. I want you guys to hold me to it. Yeah, I guess the speedrun was not in the cards. Should make a sharpness +1 set. How do you do that so early? The earliest is from Goldbeard? Oh, okay. You're still mauled about it? Ah, I got you. That's okay. I think sharpness +1 in low rank is weird. I think sharpness +1 in low rank or early high rank is weird. It's like there's a hierarchy of sharpness skills, right? Where like you have your speed sharpening, which is easy to get in low rank. You have your razor sharp, which should be a little harder. And then you have your sharpness +1. And it's like if you can get sharpness +1 really early on, it feels weird to me. Gold is G though? I gotcha. That's kind of late, isn't it? I'd like to see it, Biggie. Oh, here we go. First taste of this in a while. Never mind, he came out of the water. Oh, I didn't get my stake off. Dude, bummer. Yeah, to me that strikes me as too early Symphonia. That's one of the games I was thinking of. What are some good early high rank weapons in this game, I wonder? Also, yeah, this game's hit stun is non-existent. It was mainly just a 5 monster expedition marks and then just a little bit of a chat at the end. I think he's limping away. For you, RTA done already? Yep, dude. WR. Whole game. 45 minutes. No. We didn't finish the run because we fought Celtis 3 times over. And it did not give us the wings that we needed. So we were like, okay. It is marked. We're not going to continue this file, I don't think. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back to it. Who knows? Hello, Hyper Ray. I've done underwater bowgun recently. It's interesting. I might try a little bit of bow tonight. We'll see. Where is he? Oh, there he is. The camera's so weird. The camera just does not feel right. I can see your messages, Skiffy. That's really long, that message. Hard to read. Were you trying that exploit out, Marts? This is on 3DS. This thing is tanky. in our with our low rank sword and shield. Yeah, I can see your messages, Skiffy. I've been seeing them. Stupid Ludroth. You got a big funny read? Yeah, it was too long for me to read, I'm sorry. I can't always read stuff like that. Yeah, it is a bummer that you can't play with other 3DSs over the internet. Hello, Jay Novice. I'm ready for this thing to die, dude. I've been spoiled by hunts going so quickly. There we go. Yeah, let's take a look at what monsters we have access to in early high rank here. I want to make some early high rank armor for a Blade Master weapon and bow, I think. That rock is blast. Hey, Moldy. Hope you're well tonight. We're doing okay. We had to cancel out our speed run because we started it and then the RNG killed it very quickly. I think we already have that Barbarian Longsword. But yeah, that is a nice Longsword. Maybe we'll use that one. I like Longsword in this game. Alright, high rank Ludroth. Neat. Hello, Rising Assassin. Ludroth gem. Those are armor spheres. Alright, first off, let's see what monsters we have available to fight. Jaggy and Pink Rathian. Jagia, Baroth. Ooh, Baroth. Rathian and Baroth. Crimson Kurapeko. There's Roggy. Okay, so we do have Roggy. We could do Roggy armor. Pink Rathian, 2 Arzuros, and regular Kurapeko. Whoa! Look at all this stuff. Yukumo! What? No way. Wow, look at how fast that spins. It's not that crazy, though. Moshgarl, rib plate, and rib guard. King Scarab, Bumble Pumpkin, Max Potion, Cactus Flower. Personally recommend Roggy armor start high rank. That way you don't have to worry about poison as much. That sounds nice. I think we're going to make the Roggy armor set, and I think we're going to make the Moshgarl armor set for bow. Let's go hunt some Roggy. We gotta manage this inventory, though. This inventory is a mess. Maybe we'll do a mix-up between Roggy and Jaggy. Only 2 herbs? What's wrong with me? I need your finest herbs and your finest potions. This town is pretty cozy. Let's check on the farm. I forget how the farm works in this game. This seems fine. Is the icon for a paintball just a pink gem? Yeah, pretty much. The paint ruby, yes, of course. We can go to Moga Woods at night now for high rank monsters. Forecast today, tomorrow, day after. This is for daytime. What about... Oh, this is for nighttime. So we have 2 different times we can show. Neat. Hello, guys. Ah, ingredient up. Okay, these 2 are farming, but it says done. Oh, check crop box. There we go. Nullberries, sap plants. Cultivate. Source. Sap plant. With some dung. Source. Do we not have ivy? We don't have ivy. Oof. Well, in that case, let's do some more sap plants. That's fine. Hello, Yumu. Welcome. Hey, look, there's the village out there. You're playing some World? Nice, we're playing some 3 Ultimate. We were going to play 4 Ultimate, but then our speedrun died, so here we are. How's our internet doing? We have dropped no frames since restarting. That's nice. Lots of dialogue. Lots of requests for new deliveries. I like that there's lots of different things for you to get up to in this game. Hey, Major Guns. I don't really understand what you're supposed to do with these guys. Besides just get fish, I guess. Hey, Dog Crotchel. Alright, let's hunt that Roggy. Oh, we should probably bring antidotes for the Roggy, huh? Do I have any antidote herbs? I don't. Maybe we can buy some. Can buy antidotes. Let's take 5. Ooh, dual blades in this game would be fun. That's what we're going to use Razor Sharp with. We're going to be doing some dual blades, I think. Let's do that. Dual blades and some longsword. Yep, Moga Village, you got it. Off we go. What was Punishing Draw? Punishing Draw gives you KO when you land on a monster's head and boosts your attack when you land on a monster's head. Okay, Roggy, huh? Where would a Roggy start? I'm not sure. Flooded Forest at nighttime. It's been a while since I've been to this map. I'm guessing we'll probably need some materials from the Little Roggy too, so let's go ahead and grab some of their parts too. And here's Big Roggy, right on time. Hey, buddy. And there's defense boost from Kayamba. That sounds pretty fun, Moldy. Not gonna lie, that sounds pretty fun. Thanks, Sage. That's part of why I'm doing it. There's not that much good footage of this game out there, and this game runs even smoother than the Wii U version, even though it is lower resolution. What do I think of World? I think that it has strengths and weaknesses just like any game in the series. I played a ton of it when it first came out, and I played a ton of Iceborne when Iceborne came out too. It was before I started playing through the game so thoroughly, so I have some regrets about how I played through, where I didn't really try and learn all the weapons or try out all the systems. I think my playthroughs were worse for it. I'm looking forward to playing through it again someday. Dang, that damage. Yep, I have some things I really like about World and some things I don't so much. But that's true for almost any Monster Hunter game. Got him. The red sharpness gauge looks so pink in this game. Which platform do you play World and Iceborne on? Are you asking me or you, Moo Sage? Or Shades, excuse me. I played it on PS4. I look fit for a demo character? Ah, yeah, I played it on PS4. I'm not playing it actively, and I won't be for a long time. I like kind of spending a lot of time in one game from a generation and then taking a break from that generation for a while. So since we're about to spend a lot of time in 5th gen with Rise, I won't be going back to World for a while. I want to, but not yet. It will not be 10 years. Oh man, 3rd gen paintballs are so good. Oh my gosh. They go so much further than in 4th gen. 4th gen, they screwed up the arc so much. Alright, see you, Raging Dawn. Best of luck. Ugh. Getting knocked around. Oh. Is Bofongo in here too? My goodness. surprised we didn't get sucked into that hip check there. Me too, Yumu. Oh god. Ran out of juice there. Tam! Hey Tam Jammy, hey Sparkle Wolfie, welcome folks. How you guys doing tonight? Thank you so much for the raid, Tam Jammy. We're playing a little bit of 3 Ultimate. 3U is your favorite? I haven't played very much of it. We're just at the beginning of High Rank Village. We were going to be doing a 4 Ultimate speedrun tonight, and we started one, but the RNG did us in really early into the run, and I didn't have time to start another. So here we are. Playing some 3U instead. Three U raid, hell yes. Welcome in raiders from Tam Jamming stream. Tam, how was your stream tonight? What were you up to? Don's snorkeling mask, let's get it. We're going to be making some Ragi armor, because I hear that is nice for early high rank. Thanks, Frenchie. Enjoy the sub, Tam. GU, probably the last GU stream for a while. Gotcha. We're all jumping on that Rise bandwagon. Well, how was your final GU stream? What'd you get up to? Doesn't now, Yumu, it's true. Ragi armor is your favorite armor in the series looks-wise. I've never made it before. Pasabi, thanks for the follow. Hi. Just hunts all over the place, no particular goal. Sounds cool. Sounds cozy. That's what we're up to tonight. We're just kind of hanging out. Congrats, IRB, good job. I've heard that from a couple people, that once they got the vaccine, they felt a little better about life in general right now. Three you one off, pretty much. You also had a really good day at work today, so you're in a good mood? Good. Always happy to hear that from folks. Great Ragi hide. Vividly colored hide from a strong Great Ragi used to make advanced armor. What is this called? A toxin sac. A monster organ filled with an extremely potent toxin. Just touching it is dangerous. A superior Ragi scale. Its thickness suggests a cunning beast that lived long. King's Beak, the beak of a great Ragi, equipped with a poison-producing organ. Careful. Love reading the text. It's fun. I need to do more of it. Hey, Arrow. Yep, the last day of waiting. Here we are. That's awesome, Moldy. Congrats. I'll be getting mine sometime soon. I don't know when, though. Okay. Great Ragi hide, King's Beak, and Hercudrome. We'll have to look up where you get Hercudrome. Great Ragi brace. We didn't get any of those. Brace and hide. Looks like he's weakest to ice and water. I don't know if we made the Barioth sword and shield. I don't think we did. Can you see the Giganox longsword at the smithy? Let me see. Probably the low rank one. Ooh, we have a Ragi sword. That's cool looking. Really big. Nope, can't see the Giganox one. Nope, we don't have Nardobosh. That's a bummer. Excuse me. One year! Ghostless, thank you. That's so generous. People are incredibly generous. Welcome, Ghostless. How you doing tonight? How are you doing? Jin, we can see now. Dirty Baron. Is this a high rank Roggy Sword and Shield? I think it is. Yeah, this is a high rank Roggy weapon. That's cool. That looks pretty good. 224 with poison and some affinity and some green. That looks great. Ooh, we could make these for early high rank. They look decent. Oh, but they take luminous organs. That's a lot of farming. I'll have to figure out what dual blades we want to make. For now, we're gonna hunt another Great Roggy. No, it was not Marth, sorry. Could not see the Giganox longsword. Cozy game. More dialogue from this guy. Oh, now we can fight Great Roggy in the Mocha Woods. A couple days from now, there's going to be a Great Roggy out there. Maybe we'll go hunt it. We'll see. I like Monster Hunter. It feels cozy to me to be stopping by this game just for a visit. Oh, it spawned us in the water. Crystal was just talking about this, how it's funny when they spawn you right in the middle of the water. Hello, Josiah. Welcome to you. All right, see you, Sparkle Wolfie. Just cannonball down from the weather balloon into the water, Uchi. I guess so. Are you playing with minions? You don't usually play with minions? I'm playing with minions because we're just kind of casually visiting 3 Ultimate tonight, and I feel like Cha-Cha and Kayamba are part of the 3 Ultimate experience a little bit. I think when we actually play through 3 Ultimate, when we're just doing random stuff like this, I'll probably bring them with me. When we're doing story stuff or we're doing monsters for the first time or particular challenges, I'll probably leave them behind. How do you like Charge Blade? It kind of reminds you of Switch Axe. I like Charge Blade pretty well. I need to get better at it still. It is an exciting weapon to play. Rolled too early there. Generally with Charge Blade, you want to use guard points to transition kind of seamlessly back and forth between sword and axe mode. But you can do whatever you want, I suppose. Charge Blades are really fun when you get to use both parts kind of equally. Sword mode for charging things up, axe mode for dispensing out a bunch of damage. Too early, man. I'm used to them 4th gen iframes. Can you win with just sword mode? You can. You're going to be missing out on a lot of damage. Most of Charge Blade's potential is locked behind axe mode. It's kind of like using Switch Axe and only using the Axe mode. Never using the sword mode. Or never doing the elemental bursts. I don't have an opinion on Kayamba over Cha-Cha yet. We'll have to see who gets more sick dunks in our eventual 3 Ultimate playthrough. That will be the deciding factor. Missed him. Let's be careful talking about the Rise demo. We don't want to talk about any details from that in the chat. I know that we saw Palamutes in the initial reveal trailer, so they're fine to mention, but specific details we're trying to stay away from. It's really easy to spoil stuff without thinking right now. Screwed up. I screwed up. I missed the Roggy. That's okay. We're doing pretty good. I'd like to see stuff that was more themed around the ancient ruins and like the ancient civilization marks. Not like the equal dragon weapon, but like, imagine like a temple that has big booby traps for monsters in it. That didn't come out right. Large, imposing booby trap. Large, imposing traps for monsters. Shashuchi. It's interesting seeing how different 3 Ultimate and 4 Ultimate look on the 3DS. Very interesting. What did chat do? They were laughing at something I phrased poorly. Alright, we got a Great Roggy Brace this time. A superior Great Roggy Brace. If cut open, high-grade shells and claws can be extracted from it. Interesting. 3U on the Wii U looks amazing. I have a Wii U and I have 3 Ultimate for it. I want to show off how this game looks on the 3DS, and it also runs a little better on the 3DS than it does on the Wii U, so... Just need some Hercudromes. Need more braces. Hides, avian fine bones, bathysite ore. Probably so moldy. I've not played a whole lot with the 3D on Sage. It's not really my thing. I like the frame rate better than I like the 3D effect. But the 3D effect's pretty cool. Oh, I have it disabled outright in this game. Whoops, oh well. Okay, let's see. Let's go get some Hercudromes. To do that, can I buy any high rank armors? Nope. I probably don't need to make a high rank gathering set quite yet. Oh wow, it pauses the whole game to bring up the keyboard. And the keyboard's in Japanese. That scared you? You thought I'd crashed? Nope. $20 points in Whim. Oh my goodness. Good night, Tam. Thank you again for the raid. Have fun with World tomorrow and then Rise soon after. Only 2 slots, it looks like. That's okay. We're just going out gathering. I need to look up where we can get Hercudromes. Let's see. What do we need right now? That's just gathering materials for this armor set. For the head, we need 6 Hercudromes. For the chest, we need another 6 Hercudromes. We need 12 Hercudromes. My goodness. And then some Bathysite ore, it looks like. Yeah. 1, 4. So 4 Bathysite ore and then 3 more King Scarabs. I have Chronico 3U pulled up here. So Hercudrome. High rank Moga Woods in areas 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. High rank Deserted Island. Okay, so that's just Expedition and Quest to the same map. High rank Sandy Plains. High rank Flooded Forest. Area 2, 4, 7, 10. Okay. Let's check out Bathysite ore real quick. Bathysite ore you can find in high rank Flooded Forest in areas 3, 5, and 6. Okay, so we want to go to the Flooded Forest here. What about King Scarab? High Flooded Forest in area 4. Okay, cool. Let's do some gathering. I'm sure the Chachas can help us out too, or the Shakalakas, excuse me. The Chachas. Toxic Troublemaker can give you it. I guess you're right. We could go out on Toxic Troublemaker. I'll do a gathering quest first, and then we'll go out and do that. I just want to get to know the map a little better. I don't really know my way around the map super well. I also don't really want to fight the Rocky in this leather armor set. I'm sorry, Kayamba. God darn it. I'm trying to take out just 5 potions. The menus are different enough in controls that I'm having a tough time menuing. Nice. Nice, Yumu. We're lacking trolls in the chat, so you have to pick up the slack. Of course, Frenchie. Of course. Okay. One second here. I need to pull up all of those items again. Okay, so King Scarab. Bathysite. Herkydrome. What's your opinion on subspecies monsters? I mean, I don't know. It depends on the subspecies monsters. There's a lot of different ones. 356 for mining. Area 4 for bug catching. Okay. Savage Deviljho? He's really difficult in 4 Ultimate. I'm not used to him yet. People are very picky about what you call a rare species or a subspecies or a variant. Three, 5, 6. Okay, well, let's go to 3. All right. There's one. No Bathysite so far. Okay. I think there's one other mining node in here. Is that a gobble? Or just plants? That's a gobble, it looks like. I don't know. Isn't there one other mining node over here? I guess there's not. 3, 5, 7. Okay, let's go over to 5 first. It's fun to visit this game. It really does feel like a little visit, a little vacation to a different game I've not played much of. It really does, Sage. It's incredible the difference it makes when you can walk up to a body of water and dive in, as opposed to the body of water being like a clear, invisible wall that you have to respect as like a piece of the game design. There's one Bathysite. There we go. Ludroth, screw off. Okay, there should be other mining nodes in here. Maybe not. Maybe it was just that one. Looks like it was just the one. That's frustrating. Alright, can you climb up? Doesn't look like it. Oh, I'm thinking of Area 6. Area 6 is where you climb up. Looks like we can get some from Area 6, too. I was thinking of the wrong area. It does feel pretty special, swimming through an area like this. Like, I've played so few of, or so little of Monster Hunter Tri and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate that this feels really novel and new to me. Just kind of coasting around like this. I like it. Nice. Lots of good Bathysite. What's the first monster I was genuinely intimidated by? Probably Blangonga is the first thing I remember. It was also my first wall. Scared of? I don't know. Looks like it was just that one mining unit again. Interesting. Well, I think we got enough Bathysite. So we should be good. Listen to that music, man. This is a cool game. I'm excited for this game someday. Really spending a lot of time here. This is special. Swimming against the wall? I think I was. Got too wrapped up in the atmosphere. I got turned around. Okay. So we got the Bathysite. King Scarabs are in 2, 4, or no, wait, are in just Area 4. Okay. What about Herkydromes? Herkydromes are in 2, 4, and 7. No, 2, 4, 7, and 10. Okay, well, let's head back to Area 2. Do some bug catching. I think Blangonga was such a wall for you that you dropped the game for a while. Mine was, I'm talking about Generations Blangonga for me. It was the first monster that I couldn't just spam aerial longsword on when I was new to the series, and so it really threw me for a loop. Alright, bug catching in Area 4, or Area 2 here. Bug catching in Area 2. Where's our bug? Is that a bug over there? That looks like a bug. Blangonga the ice monkey? Yep. In Freeman Knight, the answer would 100% be Tigrex. I have such a hard time fighting Tigrex. I have such a hard time fighting Tigrex in that game. Listen to that drum beat. Ooh, cha-cha. Thank you. Alright. So that was Area 2? Let's head to Area 4. Cozy gathering. I believe this is area 4. Yeah. I gave away my map and now I don't know where I am. So much to this map? Yeah, it's cool. Okay. 7 and 10, huh? 7's the middle area, I know that. God, the ambiance is really nice in this map. The rain and everything. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit in my ears. It says there should be a bug in this area somewhere. I don't see the bug though. This is area 7 though. What do you get from this rock? Berries, huh? Yep, I don't see a bug to catch in here. Maybe it sometimes spawns, sometimes doesn't. Let me go up to area 10 and catch a bug there. And then we'll call it good. We'll go hunt Roggy after that. But this was just a nice gathering quest. And it definitely got me a little more acquainted with where the resources are in this map, in this game. I'm used to Portable Third's version of this map. One of the pieces of the armor needed some more Roggy materials too. Regular Roggy. Some like avian stout bones or whatever they were, or fine bones. So we'll go ahead and we'll kill these guys too, I think. Only got one Hercudrome, that's kind of rough. Probably should have kept that Blood Ring Jewel, actually. Oh well, whatever. We actually don't even have the space to take on the Jaggy material, so never mind. We will not be doing that. Okay. Back to camp we go. Our bag is full. Amatsu's a tough monster? It is. I like Amatsu a lot. Last time I did Amatsu, it was with dual blades in Portable Third. It's quite the matchup in that game. Yep, the ambiance here I'm really enjoying a lot. Hello, Slagtoth. Nice. Some account items got delivered. That means we have a little more space in our box now. So we'll be able to pick up the Paw Pass ticket. There we go. Cozy gathering. I was trying to wait and be ready, but I wasn't ready enough. The noise with the quest complete noise scared me. I thought it was the fish grabbing. What are we gonna get? Poison +4. Sure. How do I send it? How do I send it? Gotta hit send to the box at the bottom? Oh. That didn't look much like a button. Sorry. I get it now. If you could have a pet dwarf, monster hunter, herbivore, what would you want to have? Popo. I'm not gonna hit the Popo for charge. Only mean people hit Popo for charge. Are you eating the Popo? No. You leave my Popo alone. I'm not gonna hit the Popo for charge. Only mean people hit Popo for charge. Are you eating the Popo? No. You leave my Popo alone. It's weird having the music pause like that. Are we not going to discuss what just happened? What? What happened? Hi Nefudis, welcome to you. Sorry, I missed your hello at first. We got a nose laugh, huh? I'm confused now. Never mind. Okay. I mean, like, are you saying, like, me failing the menus? The menu looked weird, man. I didn't recognize what the menu was. I couldn't figure it out. Get me anything from that? Got some Bathosite. Nice. Kayamba didn't get anything. It was a little funny. I mean, I'm sure it was. If you've used that menu before, I'm sure it's really funny. But I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't see that button. So I was just going back and forth like, what the heck? Alright, we're gonna gather bugs first and then go do the rest of the quest after that. I like that they dance along with you. That's cool. Send to box. It didn't look like a button. It just looked like part of the the box. It didn't even look like a button I could click on. Looks like that bug is gone. That's a bummer. I still need it. You guys, you should mention you just saw the Monster Hunter movie a few hours ago. How would you describe your mood after seeing the Monster Hunter movie, Marks? I don't know if I told about this on stream yet. My mother saw the Monster Hunter movie. She like texted me. She was like, "You'll never guess what movie I saw last night," because she knows I stream Monster Hunter. I was like, "What movie did you see?" She was like, "Monster Hunter." And I was like, "Oh, what'd you think?" She was like, "Oh, it's really scary." I was like, "Yeah, people from our community don't really like that movie too much." She was like, "Oh, well, it was scary." I was like, "Okay, well, I might not see it." But yeah, Marks, tell us about your mood after seeing the Monster Hunter movie. How would you describe yourself? She hates Monster Hunter. My mother will not probably play Monster Hunter. My mother is very sweet. She has played video games with me before, but she likes games like Mario Kart, where she can kind of just steer. We are already seeming to wow, words. We already seem to be butting up against the 3U is cursed RNG. Aw. Well, that's lame. Alright, well, that's all the bug gathering. Didn't really get that many bugs. Time to go fight a Roggy. I should have paintballed the Roggy when we saw it earlier. I mean, yeah, if you're into that series, Triple X, then you'll probably eat up the Monster Hunter movie. I hope you enjoy it. I got you, Marth. That seems like an even-keeled take on the matter. Yeah, I just don't see movies in general, so I probably won't see it. Movies just aren't my thing. Hey, he came back. All I need is one more of those avian fine bones. We'll get one eventually, I bet. Here we go. Yeah, I got you, Martz. I think a lot of things in that movie looked like from the outside, like they were just kind of going for like, what if we took these monsters and slapped them into like a big budget movie? Less than like a, let's see what it would be like if we made a world that, or a movie out of the Monster Hunter world. Which is a shame. Yeah, I like the sounds in this game as well in the Fruitus. They're satisfying. The crunch when you break apart, it's so loud, dude. Dude, nice cha-cha. I'm glad the monster cries were on point. That's cool. Aw. I was hoping that would hit something. Ugh. I need an avian fine bone game. No. Roggy. Jerk. Thanks, Martz. Man, it's amazing how we got so many of those fine bones at first, and now we can't seem to get a single one. Yeah, Superman Dive feels wildly different than 4th gen. Aw. Dang it, Roggy. I don't care what you guys do about the Monster Hunter movie at all. You can talk about whatever you want about the Monster Hunter movie as far as I'm concerned. If somebody else in chat says differently, then I guess respect them, but I don't care. I would say it's like a 50-50 shot that I just like never see that movie because I just don't really watch movies. Yeah, that's what I mean, Shades, is like, if anyone in the chat is like, oh no, please wait, don't talk about the Monster Hunter movie, that's fine. Then we won't talk about it, but I would say that there are probably not going to be those people in the chat. Unless Trav's being, okay, I was gonna say, the Kappa was just delayed enough where I was like, unless Trav actually wants us to not talk about it. We'll stop talking about it just in case? No, you don't need to worry about it. You really don't need to worry about it. To each their own, Major Guns. Nice, Commander Henkel. That hip check, though. No! Dude, that hip check almost devastated us. Oh, even yeah, that is pretty ridiculous. I don't even know what Duramadira's backstory is. Nefuyus. I don't remember it. But if they did put it into Rathalos, then that's pretty ridiculous. You can imagine the director just browsing through the Monster Hunter wiki and be like, this one looks cool, but we can't put that one in there. Say whatever you want, Marth. Marth, say literally whatever you want about the garbage Monster Hunter movie in the chat. Did that really just happen again? What is with this area, dude? That's lame. Dude, I'm feeling that 3U curse right now. All I need is one more of those avian fine bones. Just not getting it. Oh, I jumped right into the hip check there. Sad bagpipes. I like that the bag has that little jiggle when you take an item. That's cool. Have to walk all the way back over there, though. Go through 6? Or 8? I don't think that's really all that much faster. I guess, no, I don't think that's really all that much faster. Is it? Well, gives us a chance to use these. Oh, Kayamba! Look at you go, buddy. Wow. Thanks. Thanks for the extra bomb, dude. Dude, Kayamba just got one up on Cha-Cha there. Oh, are we gonna... God darn it. Maybe we should upgrade our armor a little bit. I guess that's what we're in the process of doing. Hey, Dark. You guys ever been owned by a village high-rank Roggy? The G-rank ones are nasty? Oh, I believe it. What happened to the run? Upgrading armor for Great Rocky Farming. Oh, the run was going okay. We were trying some new routing, and the new routing was going okay in 4 Ultimate tonight. But then we fought 3 Celtus, and it still didn't give us enough wings to finish its Sword and Shield, and so the run died, and I didn't have enough time to do another run. We were already about an hour in, and I didn't have enough time tonight to do a full, like, another 5-hour speed run. So, the run died. We're gonna have to try again sometime soon. I want you guys to hold me to trying the run again sometime soon, even with Rise coming out. Hello, Maho. Long time no see. How you doing? Got a new job working from like 2:30 to 11 p.m. Long job. Or late job, rather. Yep, those epic hunting quests made your guns. Hang on. Vasavi Shakti. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying the Monster Hunter so far. Oh, the quest gave us Avian Finebone. Isn't that nice? Because we certainly didn't get one from the Roggy. My goodness. We must have killed almost 10 Roggy and no dice. Frustrating. Hey, Robert. Welcome. Hercudrome. Hercudrome embraces. Huh? Oh, I think we need low rank Great Roggy Brace for the chest there. That's frustrating. Yeah, we need low rank Great Roggy Brace. Weird. Thanks, Maho. That's very kind of you to say. Yeah, the stream has grown a bit over the last year. It's been a real experience. I'm grateful people want to hang out and talk with me about Monster Hunter. So we need some low rank Great Roggy parts. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. You got high rank armor, he should be pretty easy. This is not high rank armor. This is low rank armor. But it still should be just fine. I guess, just a heads up to anyone who's new here in the chat or who hasn't been here in a while, we're not talking about any Rise spoilers. So anything after the first initial reveal trailer back in the fall, we're not talking about in the stream chat yet. The weapon's good enough? Yeah, we'll be just fine. I'm not worried about it. I am not worried about low rank Great Roggy, thankfully. Plus they give you nice supplies in low rank. That's always nice. Some of this game's Chronicle data is kind of weird and incomplete. It's a little odd. You'll have like the area of where things are, but you won't get the percentage of which maps give you higher chances for things like Hercudromes and Killer Beetles. A little weird. Is this on a 3DS? It is, yeah. Streaming this off of a 3DS or a new 3DS with a capture card in it. There isn't much footage of this game out here running on 3DS, so we're doing it. Right now I'm looking for the Great Roggy and I'm having a hard time finding him. I don't think the balloon's in this game, is it? Looks surprisingly good. Yeah, it runs at 60 frames per second. It's pretty cool. Or at least it targets for 60 frames per second. Oh, I'm sorry to hear it, Dark. 3DSs are hard to come by these days, it sounds like. Folks are buying them up. Oh, there's a cutscene. We've never done this low rank quest. That's goofy. Hello, Anesthetize. Welcome. Oh, poor Abdinov. Alright, good night, Asara. Whoops. Nice cha-cha. So much poison over there. Let me guess, that shiny's out of bounds. Let me guess. Nope, it's not. Wow. Nice. Very surprised. Probably the best 3DS frames per second you've ever seen. There probably aren't that many 3DS games that target 60 frames. I'm sure there are some, though. This game runs even smoother than 4 Ultimate. It still has frame drops, and it's still kind of janky. You can tell it was their first game on this platform. But for a 3DS game, this game looks pretty nice, I think. There's the brace we need. Cool. Didn't take too long there. Yay! Love 3U, it's so cozy. A lot of folks wanted to see it tonight. We were in a toss-up between playing this and Portable Third. But enough folks wanted to see this, so we're playing some of this tonight. Because we just didn't have enough time to do a full speedrun attempt after our first run went bust. Oh well. Open up and say "Arg." Was the name of that cutscene. Okay, 3U. Right, we have the braces we need there. We just need Hercudrums and Toxin Sacks. I think we already have the Roggy arms. We made them. I think they are on our arms right now. Yep, cool. Or no, they're not on our arms, sorry. They're in the box, my bad. The Falds, we need some more low-rank Roggy hide. We need 5 more low-rank Roggy hide and some Avian Fine Bone. Quite a bit of farming for this. I'm down. Hey, Cat, welcome. Never tried it, but you have a 3DS emulator, so you might be able to play it someday, hopefully. That is a better solution for most people these days. 3DS capture cards are not easy to come by at all. So for most folks, it's recommended to just emulate it. Let's see here. What is Roggy weak to? I think we looked earlier and I forgot. Weak to water and ice. Okay. Can also play on the Wii U. Yep, the Wii U is higher resolution, but doesn't run quite as smoothly, believe it or not. And there's not much footage of this game out there on 3DS, so I like sharing it on 3DS. I have a Wii U in the other room. Okay. The Rime Blade. Take some Icizium. Good to see another Sword and Shield main. I am a Sword and Shield main in most of the games. I'm thinking about making a longsword here, though. Don't know if I can make this yet, the Rime Blade. I think it takes high rank pieces here. Yeah, it's rare 3. Icizium. That's low rank. Okay, we can make this. Dragonite. Is that low rank as well? That's high rank Mogul Woods, Desert Island. High rank Sandy Plains, low rank Volcano. Okay. We could make this. It's an upgrade off of the Chain Slaughter. That'd be cool. Oops, that's the wrong page. My bad. Here we go. Can't make the Chain Slaughter though. We need a bunch more Machalite and Thunderbugs. Too bad. Yes, Yumu. If you land on their head, it can KO them. We can just stick with what we've got. You purchased Yu after seeing the Rise trailer and just beat Atal'Ka today. Farmed it 2 just in time. That sounds awesome. Congrats. We just finished up one of our main goals in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate last night. So we're also pretty much ready for Rise now. That's exciting. Alright, let's see. Alright, tomorrow is the Great Roggy Day in the Moga Woods. So maybe we'll go out and do some Moga Woods hunting tomorrow. For now, let's go ahead and let's do another Roggy hunt. I'll do another high rank one, I think, so we can try and get more of the bugs that we need. Whoops, I ate for Polisher when I have Speed Sharpen on the set. Oh well. Still get an attack boost from it. Didn't even get Polisher anyways. Yep, no Rise spoilers in our chat, just a heads up to folks. No Rise spoilers in our chat. Alright, cheers and exercise. See you around. Rest well. I would let the nodes stay there for a while when you're done mining them, rather than like insta-disappearing. I guess they fade pretty quick, but they don't insta-disappear. Want to give you a challenge? Can you defeat Royal Ludroth in high rank? Beat him on low rank armor? The weapon you choose? We did that actually earlier tonight. That was one of the first things we did. We did a high rank Royal Ludroth with low rank armor and the low rank Lagiacrus sword and shield. You can try the purple Ludroth arena. I don't know if we have access to the arena yet. Where is the arena in this game? There's a Hercudrome. Nice. That's really impressive. Never thought you would do that. Ooh. I mean, Royal Ludroth is a little bit early on in high rank, so taking on in low rank here isn't too bad. What's up, Marks? I mean, technically we're doing high rank Great Roggy right now with a bunch of low rank parts. This longsword is, I guess, high rank, isn't it? But this is low rank armor. It's okay, Yumu, you're all good. What's going on, Marks? Something's happening to Marth. I don't know what's happening. Ooh, 2 bugs here. You finally got your Laggy Mantle, 2 right next to each other from Cap Rewards. That's amazing. Nice. Congratulations. You're beside yourself right now, as you should be. Nice. Getting Hercudromes and Killer Beetles like nobody's business. Huh. I've never seen 2 gathering spots spawn directly on top of each other before like that. It's interesting. These Ludroth are obnoxious. Okay. Looks like the bug that would be in here is also gone. That's okay. Nice, Marth. Congrats. We're just hanging out in the flooded forest tonight, apparently. Alright, that Roggy was over this way when we last saw it. Let's go ahead and cook a steak real fast. We need some food.
So tasty.
Here he is. Nice. Thank you for the health recovery, Kayamba. Missed the iframe timing on that. Oh my goodness, look at all these Roggy behind me. In a scenario like this, it really pays to have Cha-Cha and Kayamba around. Dealing with all these small mobs without the Shakas would be rough to draw the aggro away. Yeah, he really chips you down a lot, Royal Ludroth, or Royal Ludroth. Sorry, Great Roggy. That's what I meant to say there. I think we need more Aerial Fine Bones too, don't we? Or Avian Fine Bones. Dude, what is it with this map and having stuff fall out of bounds like that? That's frustrating. Whoops. That was just supposed to be a dodge. Fredinator. Thanks for the follow. Welcome. Gotta love the Great Roggy. We do. We love him so much we're trying to get his armor. I've never used it, but I've heard of people using it because it's supposed to be quite good. This Hyrunt Clone actually does a decent amount of damage to us though, so we have to be a little careful when fighting him. Alright, let's see if we can get those Avian Fine Bones from these guys. Oh my god. Game seems content to just give us Roggy bits from these guys. If you were 3/4 of the way through an exhaustive hunt and your stamina was at the minimum with no items to increase it, would you kill a popo to cook its flesh to eat? Yes. Whoops, dodged right into that. Got him. Uh-oh, I didn't realize we got poison in there somewhere. Not even sure where. No way, you're doing the same quest. Yep, we're trying to make some great Rocky armor and high rank Surf Imp. Just figured we'd stop by this game for a visit tonight, because we didn't have anything to do in 4 Ultimate after one of our speedruns went bust. Trying to make the Chieftain sword? Is that the Great Rogi sword? Thank you, Cha-Chas. Still in low rank? Gotcha. Nice. It's a cool design, the Great Rogi sword and shield. We have it in Portable 3rd, I think. I may make it in this game, too. An early high rank poison sword and shield doesn't sound half bad. There we go, got a limp. Hope you're doing well tonight, Surf Imp. How'd the speedrun go? The speedrun went bust pretty quickly. We were trying some new routing out. I was trying to build a different weapon than usual. And the routing was going pretty well, but then our usual routing, the Celtis sword and shield, we fought Celtis 3 times over and we still couldn't get the RNG for the materials we needed to make just his basic sword and shield. And so at that point I was like, this run's dead. And we just, we killed it for the night. I didn't have enough time to do another run tonight, so we're just playing some 3 Ultimate because that's what folks in chat wanted to see. I've been working on updating my RTA notes and routing for Ultimate though. About halfway done updating all my notes and stuff, so it'll feel nice to be done with that and be ready to take on that speedrun again sometime soon. Thanks for asking, Cute Momon. How are you doing? Yeah, the game really doesn't want to give us the avian fine bones. Not even a little bit. There it is.
Ah, the French. Champagne has always been celebrated for its excellence.
Excited for Rise in a couple days? Definitely. You need 4 times King's Beat for the Greatsword. The armor set's really expensive. And the armor set takes, the armor set in early high rank takes both high rank and low rank parts to make. I haven't seen anything like that in a while. We might die. We carted it a couple times last time. I really don't want to this time though. No cart, please. That hip check is a menacing move. Speaking of, whew. Stop it, Rogi. Cut that out. Yep, about 24, pretty close to 24 hours from now is when Rise is supposed to come out. Not long now. I must have forgotten to empty my inventory or something. Feels bad, man. We'll get rid of the iron ore. We probably have plenty of that. We need the sacks and stuff. That was cozy. Do you know if Feline Groomer applies to poison? I don't know what Feline Groomer does. So I don't know. It's not one of the food skills I eat often for. Supposed to reduce the duration of defense down on other blights? I would imagine so, yeah. If it goes other blights, then yeah. Have to go for a bit, you'll stop by later if you have time? Okay, no worries. Cheers, cute Mon. Thanks. You take care as well. Poison has its own skill for that, doesn't it? I'm not sure. We're talking food skills, but the food skill that applies to regular blights might not apply to poison. Alright, just need some more Hercudromes for the chest. Just need some more Hercudromes for the hat. Just need some more low rank hides for the waist. And just need some more King Scarabs and Roggy Braces Plus for the legs. Let's go ahead and get those low rank pieces out of the way. Alright, good night, Commander Henkel. I didn't totally intend for the stream to just turn into Great Roggy, the stream, but here we are. Great Roggy, the stream. It happens, I suppose so. I'm impressed by just how many Roggy materials you need to make a high rank armor set. I think even 4 Ultimate has a pretty substantial step in the direction of making it a lot more streamlined to craft that. You're making a full set in 3U? Yeah, I guess I didn't realize how that was. I don't mind it. If it takes me several hours to make even a simple armor set like Roggy, I don't know, it feels pretty satisfying to me. Like, even though we're not doing a whole lot of advanced stuff in 3 Ultimate tonight, we're hanging out in Flooded Forest. We're fighting Roggy. I'll feel satisfied at the end of the night as long as we finish the set. What do you think of the underwater fights? I haven't done a whole lot of them. I don't mind them. I think that they could have done a little bit better job of translating the weapons' movesets to feel a little better underwater, but I think that's part of the point, is to make the weapons feel a little bit more inhibited underwater, put you out of your element, whereas on land you have the advantage. In the water you do not. The monster does instead. So I don't know. I'm okay with it so far. It's really unique. I really like the addition of being able to go underwater. It makes the world feel so much fuller. Someone said earlier, and I agree with that. Hey Duke Choco, good morning to you too. This is the low rank one. The low rank Roggy that is. The little bit of gathering we were doing underwater earlier really made me happy. I like exploring underwater. It feels so novel and different. Yeah, exactly, Surfimp. I think so far for me, it means that the monsters move and fight in ways that is very unlike the other monsters in the series, so that's very unique and novel. And it also just it makes the world feel very different, being able to dive underneath the surface of things. I don't know what that is, Harurush, but congrats. Makes sense, Surfimp. Yeah. Makes sense. Dude, Domino's Pizza, why are you sending me an email about pizza at like 1 in the morning? That just makes me want pizza at 1 in the morning when you're not open. It's lame. They're watching you? Dude, I would take a Domino's sponsorship. Maybe. Depends on what the sponsorship entailed. If it was just like eat pizza and say you like Domino's on stream, I would do that. Probably. Oh, this is just regular Roggy hide. Wow. So we don't even need great Roggy stuff from low rank. We need Roggy stuff from low rank. After Rise, do you recommend that someone who only beat GU should go back and play 3U? Yeah, I would say, Fredinator, as often as you can, jump from generation to generation. That's my recommendation. I think sticking too closely to what you've already played, like if you went from Rise to World or went from GU to 4U, it might feel a little similar. You might not really enjoy the differences as much, but if you spend a long time away from that generation of Monster Hunter, like let's say you play GU and then a long time from now you come back and play 4U, it's going to feel really fresh. It won't feel so similar anymore. I like spacing that out. Some people don't. Some people like going chronologically. I just really think spacing out the different generations leads to a less burnout prone, more refreshing experience for me at least. Play them all? Yeah. Have you actually had that experience though? What, of playing similar games, like of playing games from the similar generation back to back? Not intensely. Like, I have never played a game intensely that was, like, right after one another. Feeling of it's really similar. I remember having that feeling a bit between Generations and Generations Ultimate, which makes sense, because it's basically the same game. And then a bit with 4U the first couple times I tried 4 Ultimate. I don't know, I just think it makes it... I'm not saying you couldn't do it. I'm just saying I think it would make it even more refreshing, and it would make the differences feel even more novel if you take a break between generations like that. I don't know. It might be more of a personal thing. Right, I don't actually need this guy. I need Roggy hide, so hang on a sec. The Roggy here? Nope. You go 3U to Rise, then to 4U, then World. Nice. That sounds like a good plan. I think for me, the only games I know for sure I'm playing this year are going to be Monster Hunter Rise, now that we're done with 4 Ultimate for now, and then Monster Hunter Freedom after Rise. So we're going to go from 5th gen all the way back to 1st gen. And that's going to be interesting. I'm going to be playing through as much of Monster Hunter Freedom as I can take. I want to play through the whole game, but like if we get to a point and it's like, dude, all there is are these Fatalis and they all are awful Fatalis, then I might not do that. Yeah, take your time, Fredinator. The end game will be there. It'll always be there waiting. You only get to progress through the game once for the first, or you only get to progress through the game for the first time once. Are you joking? Okay, there we go. I thought it was gonna be a little bit out of bounds and it wasn't. Thanks, I guess? Marths? I guess thanks. Enjoy your music though. Don't worry, Kaze. I just played through Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, and it took me 1,200 hours. So, different strokes, different folks. $1,200 over the course of a year. And that was all my first playthrough. It wasn't multiple playthroughs or anything. I need 2 more Rocky Hide, I think. Now that you've played 4U extensively, how would you rate it in terms of your favorite Monster Hunters? It's tough for me, Neff, because every one of the games that I've played extensively, like the games would consider that I've completed or come close to completing at this point are Free Unite, Portable Third, and 4 Ultimate. And each of those games has such a nice, unique strength and weakness to it. I think 4U's strengths are that it is a very nice balance of old and new. It is slightly newer than 3rd gen and feels slightly more polished than 3rd gen in some ways. In terms of the weapon movesets, I think the weapon movesets feel ever so slightly more polished than 3rd gen. I think that some of the map designs certainly don't, but I don't really want to talk about that yet. It's a really nice balance of old and new in terms of that. And for the most part, it's a pretty decent balance of speed, like reactive gameplay versus predictive gameplay, where most of the monsters are not too crazy fast and there's still a lot of prediction and weighty things to look out for. I think that one of its biggest strengths is its pacing and its story and its presentation. Pacing, what I mean by that is, as you play through the game, the series of fights you go through for low rank feel very different than high rank, and that feels very different from G rank. And so it feels fresh all throughout, because it's not just like, oh, I'm going to do like the Fated 4 in this order, and then I'm going to do that same order again in high rank, and then that same order again in G rank, and then like the same thing about hyper. Like, it feels way more varied and satisfying than that. Even at the end of G rank, they're still introducing things in a fresh new way, and that really stood out to me. Because even Free Unite had some of the like, okay, these are basically the same keys over and over. 4U felt really nice like that. Let's see, the story's really excellent as well, where like it's not like it's some crazy drama with twists and turns and stuff, but just solid characters with some of the, like, the writing in the game really adds to the characterization of the caravan folks who you travel around with, and some of the other characters in the world. And they all have nice character to them in a way that actually endears you to them without it being like overly complicated. Okay, I think that's all the Roggy Hide we need, so we can beat up the Great Roggy now. What else do I really like about 4 Ultimate? I really like how well it looks on the 3DS. I really like that so much of it is like a callback to DOS, and that's part of the presentation as well. Is a lot of, it's like the last game to me that feels really sort of rooted in the original Monster Hunter vibe or aesthetic. It's still more colorful than those games, but the fact that it has so many callbacks to DOS and the fact that it does have so many second-gen monsters in it does kind of feel a little more similar to the really early grounded games with their sort of more gritty aesthetic and kind of tribal designs. I don't know. I liked that. As far as what I don't like about that game, I think Y-stones are questionable. I think certain monsters jump the shark in terms of just being a little too reactive for the game's controls. There are some movesets in that game in terms of speed and like how quickly they want you to react to things that feel like they would fit in World's movesets in terms of how fluid you need to be to feel like you could comfortably navigate around those movesets, but you're stuck with 4 ultimates and it feels a little bad sometimes. It's not very many though. It's kind of few and far between, but those few are pretty frustrating to me at least. Can get me a little mauled. In terms of how it rates, as far as my favorites, I don't know. I still feel like, up until this point, I feel like Freemy Knight has influenced me more, but I don't know. At this point, how I play and enjoy the games has been completely influenced by that 4 Ultimate playthrough. Before that 4 Ultimate playthrough, I didn't play through all the quests as much. I didn't play all the weapons. I mean, I did play all the weapons, but it wasn't the same style of weapon raffle and everything. I didn't stop and collect gear nearly as much. I really didn't stop and smell the roses nearly as much as when we first started playing 4 Ultimate. So I think I have a lot of how I enjoy the series now to thank that playthrough for. And I'm really grateful for that. Like I said it a couple times over the last few days, but playing through 4 Ultimate on Twitch has been my favorite experience on Twitch so far. Or maybe my favorite experience in Monster Hunter so far. Freemy Knight's really close for me. But that experience is absolutely my favorite thing I've done on Twitch so far. Both I've done and like done for people to watch, and like the thing that I've experienced. Like I've gotten to play with all of y'all and learn from folks and do multiplayer hunts and custom quests and just... That's been my favorite thing I've done so far in 2.5 years on Twitch. So I would say that For You has been somewhat influential in terms of me as a hunter. I don't know what my favorite is anymore. Hey! Rise is going to be so fun to watch you play. I'm excited to find out how I want to play through Rise. I'm going to try out some of the things that we enjoyed from 4 Ultimate in terms of how we played through the game, but I'm going to try and let it fit into Rise how Rise is, because Rise is going to be a fundamentally different game than 4U. Okay, Herkidrome. King Scarab Braces. Okay, let's get some Herkidromes. Let's go out and do a gathering run. Yeah, custom quests can be freaky. You gotta watch out. Some of them can mess with your save file. Are you going to stream Rise release day or another day? I will be streaming it as soon as I possibly can tomorrow. So if that means staying up until 3 in the morning, my time to start streaming it, like, so be it. We'll be playing it as soon as it becomes available to play. I have the digital version pre-ordered and already preloaded. I took a couple days off work. I have all of Friday, all of Saturday, some of Sunday, and some of Monday to play. And then after that, I'll have regular night streams again after that. But those are going to be kind of like days where I have more daytime to play, I think. I'm going to be taking my time. I'll be going slowly. So you won't have to worry about me rushing too much to get to like endgame spoilers. Maybe take an early nap tomorrow evening so you're well rested for Rise digital release. Yeah, we might start stream a couple hours later than usual, maybe around midnight, and just kind of chill with this game or another game until Rise launches. Something like that. That's a good idea. I don't want to go from like our normal start time until then and then keep going through the night. That'd be kind of crazy. You might be the only Rise streamer I watch because of the pace you go at. I hope that that is nice. That's kind of a goal of mine, is to be something a little different. I really regretted playing through Iceborne the way I did. Like, I liked a lot about Iceborne, but there were things that I didn't like, and I feel like a lot of those things were exacerbated by how I played the game, where I only did what I was interested in. I only made certain I only made a tiny portion of the weapons. I didn't try out that many things. I just kind of went through and was like, does this seem interesting? Nah, whatever. Like, I didn't try that much, so... I regret that playthrough pretty badly. Someday I want to make it right. Accurate representation of me playing Iceborne there. Good noise, thanks. Also, the first few days of Rise are going to be like hella scuffed because I haven't played that much of the weapons in World. It was hard for you to care about making everything World when so many of the weapon designs were modular. Iceborne felt a lot better in that regard. That's fair. It is a lot harder to motivate yourself to collect that stuff when all the designs are more generic. Whenever you decide on playing 5th gen again, will you be starting from scratch? Whenever I decide on playing World again, yes, I'll be starting from scratch. Rise is also going to be 5th generation. How do you plan on playing Rise? Playing each quest 14 times? No. You're new here and just started watching your stream last night? No worries, Dragon on Fire. How I like to play through the games right now is I like to play through and I like to go and complete each quest in order as they become available to me. So I try and do all the quests. And I like to use all the weapons pretty evenly, but rather than trying to do every quest 14 times, I actually used to do that. It didn't suck. It was interesting, but it was really tiring. This was back on Freeman Knight. When I was playing Freeman Knight, I was trying to do every monster in Freeman Knight's G rank with all 11 weapons in that game. And we spent like 3 weeks on Plesioth. And I think that, yeah, it was bad. Like, imagine being a chat member. Imagine being the person playing or the person watching and you're like, oh yeah, day 13 of Plesioth. Like, holy, no, not doing that again. It was an interesting thing, but that's not how I like to play Monster Hunter anymore. So how we do play Monster Hunter, in order to keep those weapon uses kind of even, is I will raffle off, I'll let people choose what weapon I'm going to use for almost every hunt. I think the first time you ever tuned in was when you were doing GC Anatar with Bo. I mean, I do like that tact where, like, I've tried to do that with a couple weapons, or a couple monsters since then, where, like, if there's a monster we really like in 4 Ultimate, or we really like in Portable Third, I'll still do that for a certain quest or monster I really like. Like, we've done Doubles and Ogre and Portable Third with every single weapon. Same thing with Seregios when we first got to Seregios in high rank of 4 Ultimate. It's a really nice way of learning weapon matchups, and it's a really nice way of learning a monster. But it is it's easy to get burnt out. So, I don't do it too much. Let's see. Yeah, so now we do weapon raffles, where I'll let everyone put their name in and I'll draw someone's name, and that person gets to pick what weapon I use. It leads to a lot of weapon matchups that I wouldn't normally pick, and it means that everybody eventually gets a chance to choose what I'm going to use, which I think is fun. And I really like it. The weapon raffles, I think, are a nice addition to the stream. What's the worst matchup you had? That's actually a really tough question. What's the worst matchup? I mean, the most recent one that was really tough was Apex Rajang with Hammer. I wasn't able to do that. It's not often that I'll switch off of, oh, no, but we did it. We did it, Uchi. Kieran with Hunting Horn and Freemanite, G-Rank Kieran with Hunting Horn and Freemanite was really bad. Was really bad. G-Rank Kieran and Freemanite never slows down, shaves like a third of your health off just by brushing by you. Can instant stun you. Oh, it was so bad. Oh, that's a pretty bad one. Yeah, I think we gave up on Kushala with Charge Blade. That was another pretty rough one. So there's a couple ones that I'm thinking back on that were like pretty tough. Those are a few. Apex title Naturala with Heavy Bowgun looked hard. It was, but there were worse ones. Hey, it's daytime. We can make the hat. Hooray! Did you climb G-Rank solo? And if you did, how'd you do it? I've done G-Rank solo in Freemanite, 4 Ultimate, and Master Rank in Iceborne. The best advice I can give if you're struggling at any point in G-Rank is basically try and isolate one thing to improve at per quest. Like, let's say I try a G-Rank Apex Rajang, or a G-Rank whatever, a G-Rank Rathalos. And the thing that's giving me the most trouble in that quest is that I keep getting hit by his poison talons. I'll sit there and maybe the next time I go in, I won't beat the quest. But let's say I get a little more used to dodging his poison talons, I will consider that a victory. Finding those small victories and trying to improve at them and being able to kind of pick apart the fight and go, okay, so many things are going wrong here. I'm going to pick one thing to try and improve at, and then slowly improving at those until you clear the quest. That's the kind of mindset you got to have to solo G-Rank in a lot of the games. Or that is a mindset that you can have that will help. Get used to trial and error. Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. But specifically picking out things that you know you can improve, whether it's like, okay, this one part of the fight, the poison is really just killing me. Whether it's learning to avoid the poison or negating the poison via an armor skill, like learning to deal with whatever you think is the biggest problem in the fight, or just picking at problems that you think you can address and get better at. That's going to help you out a lot. Okay, we need 3 more Hercudromes. All right. You only gave your Kieran pick of Dual Blades and Freemanite 1 hunt before saying no. That's right, you totally did. That was before Hunting Horn. Before someone requested Hunting Horn, you requested duels. That was pretty rough. That was even worse than frickin'... even worse than frickin', Hunting Horn. Honest. Let's see. Anyone else playing non-Monster Hunter games prior to Rise to kind of make the wait feel not so long? Nope. Have you thought about playing Soulsborne games on stream? I've tried Dark Souls and I've tried Bloodborne, and I've bounced off both of them pretty quickly. The combat is similar in a way that I'm sure I could get used to it, but like at first, at least initially, the things that are similar but not the same, like similar but they're different enough to kind of throw you off from Monster Hunter, kind of bother me. And I'm not really a fan of their art style or their world. Like I don't really want to hang out in those games at all. They kind of just turn me off from playing them because they're like grimdark and dour. You still feel like you need to give them a fair shot? Someday. It's just like, I don't know. These games' worlds are so nice and they're just nice to be in. I want to be in Monster Hunter. I want to be here and hang out and get better using the weapons in this nice world. I don't want to go someplace with like weird rotting flesh zombies. Like that's not my thing. I can acknowledge that they're good games. I don't think they're going to be for me. All right, see you, Frednator. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night. I wish you luck with your G-Rank solos. Yeah, I don't know. The Soulsborne game that looks like the most I could get into is maybe Sekiro, because it's like a little less dour and edgy, even though it still is. I feel like I might be able to get into that one. I don't know. On the other hand, I also have so much Monster Hunter yet to be played, so We'll see. Was your dual blade G Freemanite Kieran attempt on a huge one in the tower too? Uh-huh. Yep. Dark Souls 1 also has a lot of really gorgeous areas that aren't really grimdark. That's, I mean, that's fair. I didn't play very much of Dark Souls 1. I tried it and was like, not into it. I do have to try them more again someday, but I don't know. Monster Hunter is the very top of my priority list, and there's so much Monster Hunter yet to be played. I think we need one more Herky Drum. Bummer. And yeah, I know I'm generalizing the Foodus. The games do have quite varied, like from what I've watched about those games, they do have quite varied areas. It's not like it's all one tone. I just think that the whole game overall, all of that series has kind of a foreboding, oppressive atmosphere of like decay and death and it's just, I don't know, it's just not something I really want to hang out with. I'm much more of like a thanks, Gucci. And yeah, there's beauty in those too. Like, I'm not saying it's not beautiful either. There's opportunity for really pretty environments and beautiful art, even in those sort of oppressive, sad environments. I want to be here with my anime cats and stuff. What about Breath of the Wild? What about Breath of the Wild? Like, what about its vibe, or what about it as a game? Yep, we need one more. What else do we need? We can probably get it on a quest for an actual hunt, can't we? As a game you'd be willing to stream or feel like playing since the sequel's coming out so soon? So I played Breath of the Wild when it first came out, and it consumed me for like a couple months. Like, more unhealthily than almost any other video game has in a long time, where I was like not spending time with anybody. I just wanted to play Breath of the Wild. At that point in time, I was really into kind of amateurishly like analyzing game design and like just kind of playing games and kind of in my own thoughts trying to say what I thought made them tick. And Breath of the Wild pushed a lot of new boundaries in terms of open world design in a way that I thought was really intriguing. I think that once you've explored most of the map in that game and once you've played through the most of that game, all of those surprises are kind of not as fresh anymore, and you're left with kind of like just an okay all the game. Like the combat's okay, the dungeons are okay, the world's pretty alright, like the world's inhabitants and like layout is pretty alright. The actual exploration and traversal and like world interactions in terms of like the physics and the conditions of hot and cold and fire and water and like all the things that are like physically able to interact in that world are really, really neat. But I think that I will be really interested to see with the sequel if they're able to take that foundation of like a really compelling open world and traversal system and bind them together with a world that's like also as content rich and fitting of a Zelda game, I guess. That's what I would say about that game. Yep, Breath of the Wild sequel got announced like a year ago. know if I'll stream it. I really like keeping this channel pretty much laser focused on Monster Hunter. I want people to always expect Monster Hunter when they come here. So I would have to think pretty hard about streaming it. It would be something where I would stream like a little bit of it after a Monster Hunter stream, probably. Kind of like we did with Monster Hunter Galaxy, Mario Galaxy for a little while there. I think that might be a game. That might be a game I'd want to experience off stream. Good night, Fruitlands. Cheers. Like, and this might sound silly, but legitimately, the only game series I can actually like really get into and feel invested in and feel fulfilled by is Monster Hunter. So you'll probably see a lot of Monster Hunter here. Like, whenever I'm playing any other game that's not Monster Hunter, I'll play like 5, 10, 15, 20 hours of it and be like, yeah, this is cool. I've seen some neat stuff in here. But like, I'm not crafting a cool sword. I'm not like getting better at iframes. I'm not learning monster patterns. And I'm just like, well, those things aren't in this game. Guess I'm done. Really curious to see if you like stories. I'm gonna give it a try someday because I know people want to see it, and I should give it a shot because it is Monster Hunter and it seems cool and like it's cute and everything. I don't think I will enjoy the gameplay that much, to be honest with you. Like, maybe I'll be surprised, but like JRPGs just aren't my thing. Yeah, like I feel that way too, Uchi. It feels weird being pigeonholed so much like brain-wise into a space where Monster Hunter is like the only video game I can actively enjoy, but I really actively enjoy it, so it's like it's okay. What type of movie or book would it take to get you back into those mediums? Both of those. So for context on that question from Marths, I don't really read many books these days, and I really don't like many movies. Most movies that come out these days strike me as being like just kind of mainstream mass appeal, kind of blah. Like, there's not much going on that's super interesting in them. And like, whatever, I don't really want to crap all over somebody else's enjoyment. Like, whatever, if you're into movies, they're fun and like action flicky and popcorn flicks, like, that's fine. Doesn't really matter. I don't want to tear that down for you. Both of those kinds of entertainment, Marths, I think for me to want to go and experience them or read the book or watch a movie or whatever, it would be something I'm interested in, like a documentary about something I'm really interested in, or a book written about something I'm really interested in. So what comes to mind for me is like something talking about something, either something talking about game design or something talking about early computers, technology, that kind of thing. Those are things I like reading and learning about. So if there was a movie or book about those things, I would jump at the chance to go see it or read it. I'm always delving through the internet trying to find like articles about early computing and stuff like that. Stories shows another side of Monster Hunter that I think hunters should totally experience. Interesting. Dragon's Dogma would definitely be worth a try. I've seen people say that they like that game quite a bit. Hello, Kaiser. How's everyone doing tonight? Doing pretty well. Our speedrun went awry. We were doing a 4 Ultimate speedrun, and we were trying out some new routing, and the new routing went pretty well, but the RNG did not. We killed 3 Celtis in a row, and we still didn't get the materials we needed for like the basic Celtis sword, so I just called the run an hour, and then we've been playing some 3 Ultimate instead ever since. The kinds of games that I'm like actually interested in playing outside of Monster Hunter right now are kind of like very different. They're more simmy. Like, I really want to try out Yakuza, and I really want to try out Shenmue. I don't really know why. Just those are games that have interested me. Yakuza for its camp. I really like campiness, and Yakuza looks really funny and campy, and like the world looks kind of fun and detailed. And then Shenmue just looks weird, and so I'm curious about it. But then, like, when I think about trying to play Shenmue, I'm like, well, then I'd have to track down a Dreamcast and a disc copy of Shenmue, because my brain is messed up where I'm like, I want to see the old Shenmue pixels. And then that sounds like entirely too much money at work, so we'll see. I think Yakuza is probably pretty likely that I'd play that on stream, or I'd play it. I think that would be my jam. From what I've seen of Yakuza, it looks really cool. Like the old Shenmue? Yep. I just don't, like I said, I just don't know when I'd fit it into the schedule. Gotta start with 0. I think I own 0. So we'd play that whenever. But yeah, like I said, I just don't know when I would fit it into the schedule. It always feels like there's things I want to be working on in Monster Hunter. Yeah, from what I saw of Shenmue 3 and the Fudus, it did look pretty funny. I liked the camp it had going on. Maybe we'll figure it out once you get into Freedom. We'll see. I think what might go on with Freedom is we might play Freedom in between Rise title updates. That's all I really want to say about that, because I don't really want to reveal too much about what they've said about updates right now. But if the updates for Rise are anything like World, they'll be worth going back for. It just means that we'll have to kind of have a game to play in between if there's nothing to do in Rise. Although, it depends on how long we take for Rise. Chris never got to fight World Fatalis. I will someday. I will someday. Yep, didn't fight Elatrian, didn't fight Frostfang Barioth, didn't fight Fatalis. I think I will enjoy those a lot more if I'm actively invested in the save file. From what I've watched of that fight, Uchi, it is nuts, and I'm looking forward to the test of being able to do that. Both of them, Elatrian and Fatalis. They look like fights that are designed with World's systems, movement, and movesets in mind. Which is not something you can say for all the fights in those games. So, I think it's pretty cool. Me too, Mars. Yeah, exactly, Surfimp. It's really hard to. I don't think I could, really. Each game has its own unique strengths and weaknesses, truly. And each one, if you put in the time, you'll come to really, really enjoy those strengths. In a way where you're like, yeah, this game might have its flaws, but I mean, it's also the place where I have all these things that I really appreciate, and none of the other games do really quite fulfill that. Cool. Oh, man. This is going to be a fun couple weeks. Even if we didn't finish a speedrun tonight, I'm really... Oh, wow. Virgo C, welcome, everybody. Yep, welcome Virgo C and Raiders. Hello, Mary Tom, and hello, Virgo. How you guys doing tonight? Thanks for the raid. And thank you for the follow. Hi. You guys are streaming 3 Ultimate as well? Well, welcome. More 3U for you guys. Folks in the chat, if you want to watch some more 3 Ultimate, check out Virgo C's channel. You just finished 3U? Dude, congrats. That sounds like a big job. We are just playing some casual 3 Ultimate tonight. We were doing a 4 Ultimate speedrun, a low-ranked village speedrun, where we played through all of low-ranked villages as quickly as we could, and our RNG went pretty bad pretty quick. So we played some 3 Ultimate instead, just for fun. We've been hanging out and talking about Monster Hunter and video games, and farming up a great Roggy set. You're all good, Mary Tommen. Thank you guys for the follows. And yeah, congrats to you, Virgo. That sounds like a really big job. It's neat seeing everybody finish up their respective challenges just in time for Rise. Like, that's been one of my favorite things the last week or so, is seeing all these different people tackle the really tough fights they've had coming up for a while, or finish their collection, or finish a playthrough for the first time or something like that. It's been neat to see. Barbarian Shark, that's what we're using right now, yeah. Good sword, thanks. It is a good sword indeed. No, we already made these. What are we waiting on? Legs? Yeah, legs. We need 2 more Roggy Braces and 1 more King Scarab. Then we're good. We've been fighting Great Roggy for like 3 hours. I didn't realize people were so serious when they meant that this game's RNG was really cursed, or like this game's grind was really cursed in terms of how many resources you need. In that respect, major props for finishing all the hunting horns. Narantia Hunter, thanks for the follow. Third Sin's so brutal. I don't know if Portable Third felt like this. Portable Third had its own interesting balancing in that, like, it wasn't so many materials you needed, it was a lot of Zenny you needed to farm up stuff like that. Especially if you're doing multiple weapons. This game feels like there's lots of materials. This Roggy set takes a lot of materials, and it's a mixture of low and high rank Roggy, and not just great Roggy, low and high rank Roggy and great Roggy. It's intense. I don't mind it though. It means I'm gonna be really satisfied with this armor set once I'm done making it. Of course, I'm saying this, and this is like my one visit to 3 Ultimate. If I was doing this every day for like a long time in a row, just grinding 3 Ultimate mats. Props for Virgo C. Took 195 hours and 711 hunts. That sounds pretty quick to me, actually. Like, I'm sure if I did that, it would take a lot longer, so props to you for doing it that quick. Aw, took my bomb. Here comes the Roggy. We need our... What we need? I think we just needed 1 more Killer Beetle, so I think we're set. I think we can fight the Roggy. This area is so pretty. Oh yeah, I guess to anyone who just came in, just a heads up. We're not talking about any Rise spoilers in our chat here. So, that means nothing after the initial reveal trailer from last fall. No weapon details or demo details or anything. Just a heads up. That's less for me. I've been kind of a spoiler fiend recently. I've been kind of looking through all the details and stuff, especially from those reviews that dropped a day or 2 ago. Cannot contain my excitement. But there are a lot of folks in our chat who are differing degrees of trying to go in spoiler free, and so we're trying to keep this place a stream where they can still hang out even still for now. It's been actually a pretty tough challenge to do that. Is talk about Rise longsword allowed? Talk about any of the weapons is not allowed. I don't want any weapon details, any monster details, or anything like that. Yep, the folks in here don't want to know a single thing about the game, some of them. Yeah, sorry, Mary Tommen. We have a room in our Discord where we talk about it, and we're going to be talking about it tomorrow when Rise drops at some point. Sometime in the next 24 hours, we're going to be playing Monster Hunter Rise. Or 24 hours-ish, close. Like, it's close to 24 hours now. And then we'll be talking about it, and it's going to be fun. So not long now. Digital drops in like 26 hours, then that's when we're going to be talking and playing about it. Or playing and talking about it. Yeah, that's if that number is correct. If that number is correct, then yeah, we'll be playing it in about 26 hours or so. Oh man, even saying that, it sounds so far away. Ugh. It's not that far away. It's one day. It's gonna fly by. Some of y'all be asleep for. Like, it's fine. But man, it sounds so far away. Why can't it just be now? Ryozo, give me my game. I've waited so patiently. I've been so good. You're skipping your normal stream hours to sleep until it's released. I think I might be doing the same, Virgo C, because I normally stream right up until it's supposed to come out. Rather than streaming right up until then and then all through the night, I'll probably start a little later than usual. I'm gonna be playing a lot of it, Uchi, yeah. I have snacks and food stocked up in the house, so I don't have to go anywhere or do anything. I'll probably still get some fruit smoothies, though. I want to try and have some food on hand that will not make me feel like a slug eating it. So, like, not just like chili and pizza or anything. Some green food, too. Yeah, me too, Mary Tommen. I've actually not been playing much of this game. We've been playing a full 4U playthrough. We just finished it yesterday. The final thing I wanted to do before going to Rise was soloing Bombs Over God, and we did that last night with Sword and Shield. Shush, Marths. Or Marths, not Marths. Nox. No spoilers in chat. What kind of snacks you packing? I ate all my carrots today. I have chips still. I have cans of chili as well in the food list. I have some ramen. I have goldfish. I have Chex Mix. I have some like off-brand Doritos. The off-brand Doritos are the real highlight there. Look at them back up into that out-of-bounds zone. Are they definitely not Cool Ranch? They're the definitely not nacho cheese flavor. Yeah, I saw you post about that on Twitter. I figured that you'd probably be playing Trails more so than Monster Hunter. I'll be excited to see whatever you do in Monster Hunter, though. Dude, Nox is all about that Trails. I tried it, but like traditional JRPGs just aren't for me. The world seemed charming though. For their first outing on the 3DS, this game looks pretty good. I think they did a good job. The fonts notwithstanding. I think we're still one Roggy Brace short, which is really frustrating. Maybe I should talk to Cha-Cha and Kayamba. Maybe they have a Roggy Brace hiding somewhere in those masks. Is it the legs I'm making? I'm forgetting what piece I'm making at this point. Yeah, I need one more Roggy Brace and one more King Scarab. Oh, it's King Scarab, not Killer Beetle. Alright, let's talk to these two guys. Alright, jokesters. Got anything good? Not really. How about you? Nope. You're burrito in bed, but you really need to use the bathroom. You always have that problem all on this stream. Alright, King Scarab. Flooded Forest, Area 4. There's a lot more of them in Deserted Island. Deserted Island has 1, 2, 3, 5 for killer beetles. Or king beetles, rather. King scarabs. Let's go ahead and get those. Whoops. Let me grab my gathering set again. We'll get that, and then we'll get the last Rocky Brace. And we will have made one armor set. I guess part of why this is taking so long to make an armor set is that when you've played through a whole game and you've been trying to do all the quests, you accrue lots of like random pieces of equipment or lots of resources just laying around. When you're just doing a couple quests in a playthrough, you end up having to farm up a lot more stuff because it's not just laying around in your box. Do you think normal 2 is worth using as a backup ammo in G rank without normal up? Yep. Yep. I mean, like, if only because you can just combine a million of it. Truly as a backup, like, you want to use it for like the last like 5% of the monster's HP once all your other good ammo runs out or something. If you're not, especially if you're not using normal up. You check your stream before you go to sleep when you're procrastinating waking up. Gotcha. Also, hello, Hasty Bananas. Oh, I didn't change my armor set. Gosh darn it. Alright, so we are going to the deserted island to get some bugs. Oh, they don't give you deserted island gathering tours. That's kind of frustrating. Okay, well. In high rank Moga Woods, you can get it in area 3 and 4, so we're going out to the Moga Woods, I guess. Nighttime. This is the first time I've been out to the Moga Woods tonight. I didn't look at the forecast, so I don't know what's going to be out here. Can you see that from here? Probably not. Man, what a map. Man, what a map. Just need one more King Beetle, I think. Or King Scarab, excuse me, that's what we need. These Bullfongo are going to be jerks. Should just kill them. Oh, there's a great Roggy here. Well, okay then. I know what we're doing. That worked out well. Alright, be right back, Great Roggy. Alright, King Scarab. Come on. Careful, no Rise spoilers in in chat Chickarilla Boom. We don't want to talk about any of the details of the game. It's okay. Yep, there's some folks in chat who don't want to know anything about the game before it comes out tomorrow. And I've tried to keep the stream where those folks can hang out. We did not get the King Scarab because this game is cruel. Maybe the bug spot will respawn if we're good. Happy Rise Eve, thank you. You too. Miss RNG elements? Yeah, I guess I do too, to be honest with you. I'm not that upset about it. I've enjoyed the experience of spending like 3 hours on an armor set tonight. Just a simple, like taking a long time to do a simple thing is something I actually really enjoy in Monster Hunter. Ouch, dude, his hip check is so deadly. When you're in, oh, I'm in leather armor, that's why. 85 defense, woo! Do you have a Switch 1, Chickarilla Boom? If so, the difference is only battery life, really. Unless you're out and about playing Rise all the time, I wouldn't think it was worth it. But I guess that's an individual thing. I can't really talk. I have a Switch and I have a Switch Lite because I wanted the smaller one. Because I like handhelds. I like small little handhelds. Yeah, we'll have to see. Those rumors about the Switch Pro have been around for like years now. I don't know. If you're waiting to play Rise and I don't know, if you don't already have a Switch and you're waiting to play Rise, I'd say just get a Switch. If you do already have a Switch, then yeah, sure. Wait and see if there's a Pro. I wouldn't really necessarily buy a Switch Lite or a V2 model Switch right now, just in case there is a new Switch coming out. Hey, Karada, thanks. Enjoy your lurk. I mean, that's basically what all console manufacturers do, J Novice. Is they eventually upgrade things. Have any reviews mentioned battery life while playing Rise? Not that I've seen. Hey, Boschian, just a heads up, be careful talking about Rise details in chat. You didn't mention anything bad, but we're trying to avoid talking about any details of how the new game's gonna play or how weapons are gonna work in that game or anything like that. Basically, anything after the initial reveal trailer where they just kind of show off just the general look of the game, we don't really want to talk about too much. yeah, some folks in our chat have wanted to go in as spoiler free as possible, and so I've been trying to keep chat someplace where they can still hang they can still hang out. Yeah, the PS4 Pro sold okay, from what I remember. I mean, when you think about that, that's kind of fair. Generally, like, upgraded models of existing consoles generally don't sell super well. When you think about the new 3DS and you think about the PS4 Pro and Xbox Series X, or Xbox One X, excuse me. Dumb names. I think it's more so just to... Oh, dang. I feel like it's more so almost just to allow developers to push the boat out in terms of technicals a bit further. I don't know. Yep, not long now, Tarthur. Not long now at all. That's something I would not do, Choco. If you really love, if you really like Monster Hunter and you know you're gonna play Rise and you want to play it soon, I would just get it. Those rumors have been going around for like actual years now, with no Switch Pro materializing. Yeah, it feels like each time there's a new round of rumors about the Switch Pro, a bunch of people get worked up, like, oh, it's happening. It's like, wait and see. Wait and see. Don't bet on it. This is Nintendo. They are bizarre sometimes. Yeah, there's definitely not a special console coming for Rise anytime like soon in the next month or two. Not with a limited edition console also being released. That's a really good point. Maybe they'd announce it in the summer and like have it out in the fall or something. It depends on how much you care about the technicals, Maritime, and like if frame rate or resolution really mattered to you and you wanted something higher resolution or higher frame rate than Rise, then it might, damn, holy crap, Roggy. It might be worth it to you to wait or to buy a different one. Twice in a row, just getting wrecked by Roggy. Exactly, Virgo C, yeah, that too.
So tasty.
Yeah, I mean, if you have to wait anyways, then sure, yeah. It seems wise to wait and see at that point. Like, if you're in that situation where you have to wait, then that's an upshot. It's like, hey, you'll get to see if there's a Switch Pro coming out and decide with that information in mind. HM Beer. Thanks for the follow. I hope you are enjoying the Monster Hunter so far tonight. A Purple Ludroth is here. Okay. Alright, Roggy. Oh, Jagia, you are such a... Stupid Jagia. Didn't get the brace. Hopefully you get it in the carves or in the rewards. Let me go ahead and see if any more bug spots have spawned in here. Just in case. That's a bug spot, isn't it? No, it looks like a bug spot, but it's not. Okay. Oh, that's a bug spot. This is why you have torches? I guess so. No King Scarab. This bug spot did not respawn. Making me want to go back to playing Try. I hope you have fun playing Dry if you get to. You're over here sitting on 5 Roggy braces, but no King's Beak. We're just getting opposite RNG, huh? Alright, well... Oh, there's a bug spot. Never mind. Something spawned out here. Come on. Come on, game. Give me that King Scarab. Gimme. Come on, game. God darn it. Try focusing on the head. I'm breaking the head pretty much every time we fight him. That's not the problem. And it's not really a problem getting the braces. I've just needed a lot of them. We just need one more, that's all. I didn't get it in the body carves. We'll see if we get it in the rewards. Return to village. Oh, do you get any extra rewards? Oh, you don't get any extra rewards from there. Nice. Hunt report. Great Roggy. Convert kills into resources. Can I... What else can I do with it? I guess not much. Alright. Alright. I'm gonna use the bathroom. And then we're gonna go ahead and... I guess go ahead and fight another Roggy in the Flooded Forest. We need one more brace, and we need one more beetle. I'll be right back. Enjoy the cozy Moga vibes while I'm away. Buddies might have gotten something. I'll check with them in a second. Good idea. And we're back. Cheers, Marths. Have a good one. Okay. Probably just one more Great Roggy. Oh yeah, I should check with my buddies. Right. Let's do that. Either y'all get a Great Roggy brace. Nope. Nope. Hey Skiffy. Welcome. How good is the Yeehaw armor? Less damage than some other armor sets you can make like Jaggy, but it gives razor sharp and it looks cool. How'd you enjoy the story? I didn't get to read it, Skiffy. I'm sorry. You posted a big paragraph in chat and then peaced. I can't read it. I can't read stuff like that. It's not how chat works. Ah, there it is. So you screwed over your bed. I got you. You ruined his fish. You ruined his fishing. It is indeed brutal. We still need one more King Scarab as well. King Scarab is in Area 4 in this map. Where is Area 4? This is in Area 4. I think it's this other area over here. Alright, good night, Shades on Twitch. Nice to hang out with you tonight. Come on, King Scarab. Nope. Bummer. I see some other butterflies over here, but I think they are not part of... Oh, those aren't even butterflies, those are just little floats. Not part of what we can gather. Well, that's a bummer. Alright. I sure hope I can finish this tonight. I think I'll get to, yeah. There's no way I can't. There's no way I won't get the brace and the King Scarab this evening, right? Hey, Jakes. Oops. Wasn't even looking at the screen. I'm mainly just doing it because I wanted to make an early high rank armor set and I want something interesting. Man, this area is brutal. Between the Ragi and the Bufongo. Brutal area. The running animation in this game is very different than 4th gen. It's weird hearing a block from the Shakalakas come out, because it sounds just like a lance block. Oh my god, Bufongo. Alright. Should've probably killed them earlier. Oof. He does a lot of damage. I'm looking forward to just having more defense from the Ragi armor, honestly. I'll have to compare to how much this alloy set has versus how much the Ragi set has. Hopefully it'll be a good chunk more. Because like if Ragi's hitting us this hard, imagine what a Pink Rathian would do. Oh shoot. Oh, there we go. The poison got me down to half and then he took me right down. getting a little tired. Which makes sense. It's around the time where we usually end the stream. Well, like I said, I want to try and finish this armor set. That would be a nice way to end the night, is if we're able to finish it. He's not in this area. He went to area 9. Forgot I had him paintballed. Aww. The little Rocky's hip check paused just at the right time, so we couldn't keep going with that spirit combo. Dude, Kayambo is taking a beating. Yeah, I can see it. I can see it, Major Guns. It's definitely a classic sort of knightish looking armor, isn't it? God darn it, Roggy. Ooh, we're lucky they didn't kill us. The Roggy stream is popping. I suppose it is. I'm starting to get pretty sleepy though. It's gonna be time for rest soon. And that rest will get us a little closer to Monster Hunter Rise. Nice. Feels so good to snipe his head like that. Mega Radar. Welcome, folks. Thank you, guys. Welcome in, Raiders and Mega. Hello, Mega Radar. How are you doing tonight? We're hunting some great Roggy, and we have been for several hours. Making a Roggy armor set. It takes quite a few materials in this game. Ooh, I charged right into the... Oh, no. I charged right into the poison and then right into a hip check there. Playing Story of Seasons. Is that the new one? There's a new one coming out soon, isn't it? Some new Story of Seasons Before Rise. How is that? That's like the series that took on Harvest Moon, right? Very fun, and yes. Cool.
So tasty.
We've probably fought like half a dozen Roggy, if not more than that tonight. Still no supplies. Yeah, gotcha, Major Guns. Remember how long this armor took to make? It's a mixture of not just high and low rank Great Roggy, but high and low rank Roggy and Great Roggy. It takes all those different pieces to make it. It surprised me. We gotta be careful, we might triple. We've already guarded twice to this Roggy. We don't have much defense on this low rank armor. Yeah, me too, Mega Radar. I'm not begrudging it. This has kind of been a really simple and chill stream. It's just, hey, you have kind of weak armor? Go farm up a Roggy set. That's what we've done. We were doing a 4 Ultimate Village speedrun at the beginning of the night tonight, but we got really screwed by RNG about an hour into the run where we'd already fought Celtis 3 times over when we're only having to fight it once, usually. And we still hadn't gotten all the materials to make its basic sword and shield, so we just called the run and started playing this instead. We'll try that speedrun again some other time soon. God. What else do you need for the set? I need 1 more Roggy Brace, and I need 1 King Scarab. That's it. Then we're set. It does so much damage. Stop. Okay, it's limping away. Thank goodness, man. I need this thing to die. No bombs. That's okay. It's kind of fun going back to a game where you don't have a whole lot of equipment and going, oh yeah, Roggy can be a threat. Roggy can be a real threat when you have kind of dumpy armor. You gotta actually respect the Roggy. We didn't triple, hooray! Nice, Mega Radar. Yeah, I get you. This is a nice break for me, this stream right here. And we got the brace, good stuff. I've seen a lot of folks taking a break from Monster Hunter for a day or two, or taking a break from streaming for a day or two in prep for the big Rise streams. Carried to a low rank Volvodon today? Dude, I carried to a lot of Roggy today. I don't think we tripled, but we came pretty close. Just the bug now, yep. Just a King Scarab. Cozy stream. Cozy 3U stream. Of course, that time we get plenty of braces. Oh well, whatever. Oh, never mind. We got the King Scarab at some point. I don't know when we got it, but we did. Nice. I think that's all the pieces. Uh-oh. We're missing it. Wait, hang on a second. Oh no. I think I might have to reset. Hang on. Did I make 2 of these? No, I didn't make 2 of them. I'm just missing the chest piece. What the heck? We're so close. Oh, thank goodness we can make it. Hooray! Look at us. 230 defense. That's over twice as much as we had before. And it gives, out of the box, whoa, Shakalaka Rally, Spirit's Whim, Speed Eating 1, Razor Sharp, Negate Poison, and Defense Down. Defense Down? There. Cool. Ooh. We could put in speed sharpener. Very nice. Yeehaw. Need some great jaggy claws, and that's it. Okay, we can do that next time. Just need 2 great jaggy claws, and we will be all good to get speed sharpen in there too. That'd be a nice set for early into high rank. You can change the colors too. You can. You can. I want to be a blue cowboy. That's nice. Sick. Well, that is a fun way to end our night tonight. That's a look. It's to match my sword. Fine. Do you like red better? Or pinkish? Alright. This was a fun little visit to 3 Ultimate. Oh, you mean the armor itself? It's quite the look, isn't it? Very defensible. Blue was cool? Okay, well, I'll switch it back to blue. Alright, well, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. If it's anyone's first time by the stream and you liked it, first of all, thanks for being here. Thanks for stopping by and hanging out with us. I'm gonna be soloing Monster Hunter for a long time to come. Someday we're gonna play through this game. We were just kind of visiting tonight, and it was a fun little visit. Hanging out and experiencing firsthand some of this game's equipment grind, just a little bit. Tomorrow, at some point, we're gonna play Monster Hunter Rise. So, if that sounds good to you and you want to watch me play through Monster Hunter Rise nice and slow, think about leaving a follow for the stream. We also have a cozy Discord where people... Oh, Uchi already got it. Where we hang out and we talk about Monster Hunter. There are many kind people in there always talking about MH, so jump into there if you'd like to hang out and talk with us. I have a YouTube where I'm highlighting VODs and hunts from VODs. If you'd like to watch stuff on YouTube, check that out. And I have a Twitter where I'm tweeting about Monster Hunter. As for tonight, I'm going to find somebody else who's streaming Monster Hunter. I'm going to give them a raid. One more day. Yep. Not long now. Yep. We're going to find someone streaming Monster Hunter and give them a raid tonight. Who's on? Let's see. There's no one streaming 4 Ultimate anymore. It's so sad. Whoop. I clicked on something. I think we're going to raid our friend Re-Dead Slayer. They're playing Monster Hunter World tonight, which seems like a nice game to revisit the day before Rise comes out. So we're going to go ahead and raid them. Alright, give them a warm welcome. Enjoy watching some Monster Hunter World the day before the sequel comes out. Well, sort of the sequel. The next game in the series, Monster Hunter Rise, comes out. I hope you guys all have a nice night or a good day, whatever time it is where you are. I think I'm going to get some sleep because I am quite sleepy and I have some work to do in the morning. Happy hunting, y'all. Cheers. See you guys in Rise.